And there's a microphone. It's okay, guys. I gave you yours. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
The computers went down. Here's your ticket. Just give them that and I'll cash you out. But thanks you two very, very much. It was good night. Thank you. That good.
Should be good. Don't fall. Okay. So, as you guys know, my name is Robb Ramsden, and today I'm here with Jason Weber. Jason Weber, right? That's right.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure I got the last name right. But
That's right.
Today I'm here to, talk with him, have him be able to share his story with you guys. I recently just met him about a week or so ago.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's got a very interesting story. And so I just really wanted to get to know him better, hear his story, and share it with you guys as well. So wherever you want to start, Jason.
Okay. All right. Hey, what's up? My name is Jason Weber. I'm a 50-year-old Mexican man. Well, half German too, but I don't really acknowledge the German side of me. Living in Toledo, Ohio. I'm originally from California. I've also lived in Washington, Idaho, Michigan, and now Ohio. I'm the author of 2.5 books. I've written 2 books. One is called Purple Bananas. One is called Mr. Fantastic Bastard. And the third book, which I'm working on right now, is called Perfectly Frank, a Rocky Horror Story. And my story basically is that I'm a writer. I'm a father to a 10-year-old girl. I am a journalist, an award-winning journalist, thank you. And I enjoy writing, because I'm pretty good at it, I guess. And I enjoy meeting new people, like Rob. And I enjoy just hanging out with my friends. And I used to work for the Insane Clown Posse for 5 years. I was their publicist for 5 years. So yeah, when you're the publicist for the most hated band in the world, it's an interesting journey. I was the guy who put on the Juggalo March in Washington, D.C. in September of 2017. I was in charge of putting out all the vinyl that ICP released in about 9 years ago. I was project manager on all projects from 2012 to 2017 from the label. What else? All those are the basics. So.
Yeah, I mean, I found that to be pretty crazy to be able to meet somebody that was actually working with ICP and stuff like that. Like that's.
Yeah, it was. that was an interesting trip. It's not called Sane Clown Posse. Mm-hmm. So I really got a chance to live kind of a rock star life for a couple of years, and it was kind of cool.
That would be fun.
Yeah, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, man. It was fun.
So, I don't know how far back you want to go, but depending on do you want to talk more about how you started, from childhood to where you are now,
sure. Sure, yeah.
Start there.
I'm adopted. My real parents was a woman of German descent, full German, and my father was Mexican. My mother is still alive, so I will withhold from using her name to protect the guilty. But my birth father's name was Salvador Estrada, and which is just a great name. I was given up for adoption in November of '75. I was adopted by my adopted parents that year. Grew up in a really dysfunctional family, very conservative, very religious. A lot of abuse went on, stuff like that. But I escaped in the summer of '94 after graduating high school, moved to Moscow, Idaho, where I had a really, really great time living there. That was a life-changing trip for me. I got to meet some cool people. I got a real good education in cult films and movies and everything. There was a video store there called Howard Hughes Video in Moscow, Idaho, that had a really profound effect on me. And I got to discover films by John Waters, David Lynch, Fassbinder, Scorsese, just all kinds of really, really wonderful films. And it had a really, really profound impact on me. I was only out there for a couple of months. I had a falling out with my roommate, moved back to Washington State. Little trivia note: I lived in Longview, Washington, which Longview is the song by Green Day that they wrote about my hometown. So the song, we were immortalized in song in '93 on the Dookie album. And when that album came out, a lot of my friends were like, yeah, we've been immortalized in song. But the song is very, very negative about Longview. So it's about, how there's nothing to do except do drugs and jerk off, basically. So, we were. It was kind of an embarrassing little tidbit, actually. But yeah, Green Day wrote the song "Longview" about my hometown. So there's that. What else you want to know?
Well, what really got you into writing and journalism?
Well, I grew up a stutterer, and I had to use writing as just a way to supplement my communication. I discovered at a young age that I could write with a little bit of flavor to it, and as a stutterer, I had to use writing as a crutch, as a way to communicate with the world. So I started writing in sixth grade. I started writing a book called Frontiers, which I nicked from the title of which I nicked from a Journey album. And then I started writing a fantasy book in seventh grade. I started writing a horror story in 10th grade. And in 2020, I published my first real book called Purple Bananas, How Prince Saved Me. It's a memoir about growing up in my messed up house and how Prince's music really got me through a rough childhood. And then I wrote another book called Mr. Fantastic Bastard, which was a mostly excerpts from my blog that I kept. They were autobiographical essays about some of the messed up stuff I did and everything. I don't want to talk about that book much because nobody understood that book. They thought I was celebrating being an asshole, and I wasn't really. I was. It was a book about self-discovery, and so I don't really talk much about that book. But the book I'm working on now is called Perfectly Frank: A Rocky Horror Story, and it's about a young man in the early '90s, just before grunge, who has leukemia, and it's terminal, and he discovers the Rocky Horror Picture Show in 1990, and his dream before he passes away is to play Frankenfurter in a Rocky Horror Picture Show theater cast. So that's the big plot point of the book. Will he achieve his goal before he passes away? Read the book and find out.
What really inspired the story behind your current book right now?
Well, when I was a young man, some of the book's autobiographical because I did discover Rocky Horror in 1990 when the video first came out on video, and I became obsessed with it. My parents were aghast. They were like, this movie is sinful and stuff and everything, and it's based on my own childhood to a certain extent. The leukemia stuff I drew from. I had a girlfriend who passed away from cancer a couple years ago, and so I drew from some of the experiences that I went through with her, with the leukemia aspects of it and everything. Okay. They say write what you know, so I did.
That's interesting. I mean, I've seen the Rocky Horror Show. It kind of creeped me out.
Of course.
I love horror.
Yeah.
I love that genre, but My ex, she was obsessed with it back in high school. And we watched it so many times. It just, I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it. Like I got this, like a little bit of an eerie feeling when I watched it.
Sure.
Like,
Sure.
I don't know if that's what he intended.
Well, that's funny because the narrator of the book hates the Rocky Horror Picture Show. His friend Ralph is the one who's dying of leukemia, but the other guy, Clint, who's the narrator of the story, he hates the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And he doesn't understand why his friend is so obsessed with it. So I do play into that side of it because it's not for all tastes, and it's my own best friend. His name was Chris. He hated the fact that I loved Rocky Horror, and he couldn't understand it. He's like, "Dude, really, what is it with you in this stupid movie?" And but he and I were still friends. And actually, I'm dedicating the book to him, my friend Chris.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's supposed to be is a cult classic. Especially I guess for that time period, that was so far out there, especially like when we didn't have some of that stuff that was in there to light. Like I think isn't the main character like a transvestite or something like that? Yeah, I don't think that was, I mean, I don't know, I was born in 96, but I don't think that was very prevalent.
It wasn't
back in those days. So that's what made it so shocking and had that shock value to it too.
Absolutely. It's I remember showing Rocky Horror to my mom in 1991. And I just remember the look on my mother's face when she saw the transvestite character for the first time. She was just like, but I wanted to rebel so badly when I was a kid, and I wasn't really allowed to. So I found my rebellion in that movie.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You kind of got a little chuckle out of it when you got to see her reaction.
Yes, I did. I'm like, that's what I'm looking for. That look right there. That's what I'm going for. Yes.
From your personal perspective, what else really drew you to that movie?
The thing I've always loved about Rocky Horror is that it's helped people really discover themselves sexually, emotionally, and it's just got such a freedom to it. You know, there's the whole point of the movies is the whole point of the film, I think, is sexual mores be damned. You know, and it's just about being free, not being held down by anybody else's morals or ethics or anything like that. And there's such a rebellious spirit to it that I think that's what really attracts people to it.
I've never looked at it from that aspect. It's actually very interesting. Now I can actually understand it a little bit more. I mean, I guess I've never been a musical type person. I've never liked the musical type movies.
Right.
Other than that, I mean, I found it pretty interesting. It was just I don't like a lot of the singing and dancing in a movie,
right,
per se. That's just not my taste, I guess.
Yeah. I know plenty of people who hate musicals but love Rocky Horror.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, sometimes I lose my own train of thought.
Don't even worry about it, man.
Is that one your all-time favorite? Do you have any other good do you like any other horror movies or have any other favorites or ones that really speak to you?
Oh man, I'm a huge movie buff. Love Rocky Horror. I love the films with John Waters, David Lynch, movies like Pink Flamingos, Eraserhead, Twin Peaks, Blue Velvet, Wild at Heart, stuff like that. I tend to gravitate towards directors and screenwriters rather than actors. I mean, I love certain actors like Tim Curry. I love Harvey Keitel. I love Ryan Gosling. I love Timothy Chalamet, however the hell you say his name. But yeah, I tend to being a writer. I tend to gravitate more towards directors and writers. So I follow those directors that I admire rather than actors.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
and I feel those are the ones that really brought that creative idea to light by writing it and then bringing on the people to like actually, you know, make the movie. I mean, those people are part of it too.
Absolutely.
Really, the brains was the producers and the writers and
that's right.
Stuff like that. I was gonna ask something, I just slipped my mind. Oh, with Tim Curry, have you ever seen It?
Yes. Oh, Pennywise.
Yeah.
Pennywise, absolutely.
But what movie do you think is better, the original or this new stuff they've come out with?
I like the new stuff. I really do. I thought that's the new Pennywise is fantastic when it's on theaters. But I am partial to the original 1990 miniseries with Tim Curry because that came out when I was in middle school, so I was the same age as the kids in that miniseries, and I just it just really spoke to me. You know, King really understands so many books and films and albums, they become a part of you because of the time you experience them in your life. You know, and when I was 15, that's when I saw It's the original It, and it burned a hole right through me. You know, I just really saw a lot of my own childhood. I saw a lot of what I was going through in that miniseries. And Tim Curry's performance as Pennywise was just so good.
I think the original is better just because Pennywise is better than the original.
Yes.
I think Tim Curry did it way better. I think I do like the new stuff, especially like the HBO series that they came out with. I don't know if you saw that.
I haven't, but I heard good things about it.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I think it's better than the new movies, to be honest with you.
Nice.
But I didn't like how a lot of it was CGI generated, and I feel like they almost made it comedic. Like with how they made him like shape shift into this big thing, and they're fighting him in the sewers and stuff. I didn't see that as horror anymore. Like, it kind of killed the whole like original, like where he was. I think he was creepier in the original too.
Oh, he was.
Tim Curry did a way better job than the CGI crap that they created, in my opinion.
Not a big fan of CGI. I mean, I can respect special effects for what they are, but yeah, I like visceral effects. I really do.
I believe it was just done so much better. And I'm not even really one for like older movies. Like usually, I like the newer movies just because the way it's filmed. Like I'm very picky and weird about the stuff that I watch. Like, I won't watch some of the black and white stuff or like some of the films in like the 80s or 90s because the way it's filmed just gives me like this weird feeling. Like I don't know how to explain it. I'm very picky on like the movies I'll watch.
Right.
And I will always say that the original Stephen King's It was way better than the newer ones.
Cool, man.
I don't know. I
agree.
That was one that I actually read the book on that one too.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know. Like some people say that he was a deranged writer, but
King really understands King really understood the how terrifying childhood really is. And that's really what I got from the book of It was I mean, Pennywise was supposed to represent the fears of all those kids, and I thought that King's interpretation of childhood, the horror of childhood, really came through strong in that book. That's one of my favorite books, actually.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. My favorite Stephen King book is The Stand, but it is a close second.
Huh. I don't think I've ever heard of The Stand.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's about the end of the world.
Did they ever make a movie with that?
Yeah, they did a miniseries, and they had two different miniseries. One was done in the early 90s, which starred Gary Sinise and Molly Ringwald. And then they did another miniseries a couple years back, which I have not seen.
Huh. Yeah. So, I mean, I see that you really like movies, you're a movie buff. Was that like a way to kind of escape some of the stuff in childhood too? Like to be able to...
Absolutely. Movies and music were my big escape. Big time. I talk about this a lot in my first book, Purple Bananas, because Prince in particular, Prince and David Bowie in particular, were two artists that I clung to, and their music and their personalities and everything, they just really got me through all of the crazy crap I was going through as a kid. My parents would yell at me or whatever and stuff, and emotionally eviscerate me, but I could put on a David Bowie or a Prince tape, and everything was okay. I was able to imagine, dressing up like David Bowie or dressing up like Prince, or just some kind of lifestyle that was beyond my grasp as a kid. But I was hoping, like, someday I'll get to see Prince live, or I'll get to see David Bowie live, and I did a couple times. But yeah, the music is still an escape for me, and film, very much.
So with the music nowadays, is there any like newer bands or music or artists that you're listening to now?
Yeah.
Or
not new. They don't have music today. Modern music today doesn't have the same the same gratification that I got from music that I listened to when I was a teenager. But I think that's just because as you get older, you lose a little bit of that trying to find yourself in music aspect and everything. But I love Sleep Token. I like Harry Styles. I like bands. I do like Taylor Swift. I like Chappell Roan a lot. My kid loves Chappell Roan. So Lady Gaga, I'm a big fan of. But my age kind of shows a little bit, because most of the music I listen to now is still the old stuff. Like, I still listen to bands like or I still listen to bands like I still listen to bands like, or singers like Cyndi Lauper. Anytime they come out with a new album, I buy it. So
I've actually never heard of those last two, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's all right.
So I mean, being on the road with somebody like ICP or a group like ICP,
yeah.
Do you have any crazy experiences or stories that you'd like to share?
Oh yeah, I was on this would have been 2013. I was on the road with ICP. We were out in LA, and ICP had their own TV show for a couple seasons called ICP Theater.
Huh.
And it was on the Fuse network, which I don't think it's around anymore. But I was out there basically trying to get them on these different TV shows and stuff like that, and it was fun. We got on a couple. We got on like Talk Soup. That was fun. Got them a couple interviews and everything, and but so there was this one night when we were out there, and we were getting dinner, and it was me, Shaggy 2 Dope, Violent J, and their assistant, this guy named Chop. And so me, Shaggy, and Chop were at this 24-hour diner a couple blocks away from our hotel room. And so Violent J said, I want to go back to my room. Why don't you bring me a salad and some chicken wings and bring it back to my room? I'm like, all right, no problem. So we pay for our food, and I get Violent J's carryout order, and I take it back to his room, and walking down the hallway with his food, and I come to his door, knock, 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 no answer. Knock, 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 no answer. Bang, 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 and then I hear something muffled on the other side of the door. I can't understand what the hell he's saying. And then so I'm saying, what? And then the door cracks open, and he goes, I said, leave it outside the door. I'm naked. So that was kind of funny. I almost saw Violent J naked that night. So yeah.
Not sure it's a sight you want to see.
No, it isn't. Let me be clear on that. It's not a sight I wanted to see. Talk about sight for sore eyes, Jesus. But no, working for ICP was cool. I mean, it's not something I would ever do again, because I don't have at 50 years old, I don't have the stamina for it. But it was cool. One of the biggest pleasures I got out of it was when I was in September of 2017, when I was the coordinator for the Juggalo March on Washington. I mean, we marched on the Juggalos marched on Washington, D.C. We made history that day. And I'm actually, if you go to Wikipedia and type in Juggalo March, I'm mentioned like many times in that article. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, just to be able to be so close with people who are so famous. I mean, especially, those types of guys. Like, I've heard a lot of their music.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider myself like a juggalo by any means, but I've listened to some of their stuff, like The Dating Game or The Needing Game.
Netting Game.
Netting Game?
Netting.
I never knew it was called that. I thought it was Needing. Netting Game. Like, that stuff is just... I don't know where they came up with some of this shit. Like, it's just far out there, but it's funny.
Yes,
like,
it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You know, they say never meet your heroes, and I would say that's not entirely true. I mean, I've met a lot of people who I admire over the years because of working for ICP. I mean, I got to hang out with Jelly Roll a couple times, and he was a really great guy. I got to hang out with Shock G from Digital Underground, rest in peace. I got to meet Too Shorts. I got to meet Tech Nine. I got to meet, just like, you know, I got to meet a lot of cool people. So that was fun, you know, that was really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that the after hours stuff was pretty entertaining as well.
Say the least, man. Say the least.
Well, I've listened to a lot of Tech Nine. I do still like a lot of their stuff as well.
Tech's great.
But the fact that you got to be able to like meet these guys is pretty cool. I mean, like, do you want to? I don't know. I guess I'm kind of curious more on like some of the other stuff that went on, like with that group and like the ICP group and stuff.
Well, I was a publicist, so I mostly did stuff behind the scenes. Like I only did on the road stuff. I only did that a couple times. You know, I mean, most of the time I stayed back at Psychopathic and just held down the fort. You know, so but it was cool. You know, I mean, I got to design all their vinyls. I got to design some of their Joker card albums. That was great. I got them. I was a really good publicist. I got them in Rolling Stone. I got them in Time. I got them in Vice. I got them in Spin. I got them on the Howard Stern show twice. You know, so yeah, that was cool. I'm proud of the stuff I did with ICP. I was a good publicist.
Now, I don't know if you can answer this one. I don't want to like get you in trouble. I don't know. Like, were they? How do I word this? Like, were they good people behind the scenes? They're not all about like what they put in their music, I guess. Like,
no, they're not.
It's more entertainment, right?
You behind the scenes, they were both really good guys. I got along better with Shaggy because Shaggy is just the kind of guy who he just goes, he does his shtick. You know, he plays the role of Shaggy Too Dope, the role of the Insane Clown, and then he takes his mask off, he puts it up on the shelf, and he goes home. Violent J is a lot more complicated because he basically lives this and breathes Insane Clown Posse 24/7. And I would say that Violent J is a genius. But the thing about genius, it's not very much fun to be around because they are so focused on what they're doing. They're so focused on themselves and they're so focused on what their business is that they're very grouchy. Like Steve Jobs, for example. I mean, he was known for his temper, you know, but he was a genius. Everybody acknowledges that. Violent J is kind of the same thing. He was always nice to me. I'm gonna be very honest about that. He was always nice to me, but I got laid off due to money cuts in September of 2017. A couple of months later, they came back to me and wanted to hire me again, but I told them no because I'd already moved on. You know, but you know, they acknowledged I did a good job for them, and that's important to me.
Yeah,
you know, so
it really shows that you knew what you were doing.
Yes,
if they were trying to get you back.
Yeah,
I mean, they could have went anywhere, but they were coming back to you because they knew the type of work that you could do, and they liked what you were doing. They liked you.
Yeah, I was a good publicist. The only thing, We didn't. My present status with ICP is a little iffy because they hired me to write a book for them. They want me to write their biography, and I did. I wrote like a 200 and some odd page biography for them, and but Bible J didn't like it. He didn't like what I wrote, and I don't know why, because he never told me what he didn't like about it. He just said, "I don't like it." Well, that pissed me off because it's like I just spent all this time and effort on the book, and what do you mean you don't like it? I mean, tell me what you don't like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
constructive feedback.
yeah, that's all I wanted was constructive feedback. It's like, if you don't like it, I'll change it. I can change it, but he never did that, and so the project just kind of fell apart and everything. And I haven't really spoken to him since. Now, Shaggy Two Dope and I, we have a friendly relationship. I don't talk very much to him or anything like that, but Shaggy's cool. But I was always cooler with Shaggy than I was with Jay.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just find that so intriguing. Like, you don't meet many people that say, "Oh yeah, I was, a publicist for ICP."
Yeah, I know. I know.
That's crazy. But what kind of goes into the process of trying to write a book? Like, I've tried to do it myself, and I find I can be very scatterbrained and kind of like all over the place.
Oh, I can too. And that feeds into what writing a book's about. I started writing the book in the middle. I started with, because I started writing it with like one scene that I knew I wanted to put in there, and then I went back and wrote the intro. I jumped ahead, wrote the ending, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just as ADHD and scatterbrained as the next guy. So yeah, but it's about going back and just making sure that you can connect the scenes together. That's all you gotta do. You can start with a scene and then write another scene and then write another scene and then figure out a way to just make them gel together. That's what I'm doing now with the editing of the book. My ending is really, really strong. I'm very proud of my ending, but my intro needed a lot of work. So I'm rewriting the intro to the book now.
Okay.
And so I'll probably have it done in about a month.
Like the whole book?
The editing of the second draft.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now I've got a solid first draft. I got a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's my first draft. Now I'm fixing that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I find that also very intriguing that you're able to kind of write different parts and then splice it together to make it come to be one whole thing.
Well, that's how they do that's kind of what they do with filmmaking. I mean, a lot of times most films are shot out of sequence. So yeah, very few films are shot in sequence. So yeah, so they'll shoot the ending first, or they'll shoot the middle first, or whatever. But yeah, they'll shoot those scenes and then they weave them all together.
That I never knew.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well, it's like in the original Rocky movie, they actually they filmed the fight scene backwards. They filmed the ending of the fight first, where they had all the makeup on them and everything and stuff like that. And then as the fight went on, they removed bits of the makeup bit by bit. So they filmed the fight scene in reverse. Yeah.
I would have never thought of that, or like thought that was like a thing. Like that's
the original Rocky won for best film editing for that reason. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like when I do stuff, I always do it from beginning to end in one shot, and then I go back and I'll take stuff out. But I've never actually thought about like doing a quote unquote ending or whatever first, or like the middle first. I've always thought like start here and just kind of work your way through.
It's whatever you want. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. You can do whatever you want to. That's the great thing about being an artist. You can do whatever the fuck you want to.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot. How long is it? Like how many hours do you think you've put into your current book?
Oh man, well, it took about 6 months to write, and that was me working every day for at least 2 hours, except for a couple times when I took weekends off. But yeah, basically about 2 hours every day. That on top of working 3 jobs. So that's
wow.
Yeah, it was tiring, man. I'm not gonna front. It's exhausting.
But I'm sure you especially once you get it done, you really enjoy being able to see that time, that work come to fruition.
Yeah, there's nothing better, man. There's nothing better than that. It's when I get the book, when the book actually comes out, I can't wait to hold it in my hands. I was gonna be like, oh my God, look at this thing. You know? So
finally, it's here.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna take a while, but it'll get there.
And then the Purple Bananas, that's on Amazon, right?
Yeah.
So for anybody that's watching this, if you're interested in checking out it was a memoir, right?
Yep.
You can go ahead and go to Amazon, and it's Purple Bananas by Jason Weber.
2 B's and Weber.
So trying to think. Like usually, sorry, I get.
Don't worry about it, man. It's all good.
What do we have for today?
Do you want to elaborate, more about your upbringing by any chance? I mean, I don't know how much you want to talk about that or how comfortable you are, but
yeah, I can talk about it. I think I touched on it a little bit. Grew up in a really messed up house. My adopted parents were big time Christians, and we're talking like Southern Baptist Christians. There was a lot of emotional abuse and physical abuse that went on in my house, financial abuse as well. But that came later with college. It was a tough upbringing, but I got through it, and I got through it with the help of books, film, and music. And again, that's why I wrote my first book, Purple Bananas, about that, because if it hadn't been for Prince, David Bowie, and certain films like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, I don't know if I'd still be here. So,
thank goodness for the arts.
Yes, absolutely.
It was able to give you that help that you needed, that outlet that you needed to kind of exert some of that negatively, and change it into something different.
That's what art is for, in my opinion. Art is for overcoming all the negative influences in our lives. We can, by creating your own reality that can overcome the negative aspects in your life. That's why I create, in a way.
Yeah, and I mean, I can kind of see that, like you were saying, how your current book has some parts of stuff that was based off of your life to some degree. It was inspiration that you used to build these things.
My new book is definitely fiction, but it's semi-autobiographical in parts. I drew from actual events that's happened to me, and and from people I knew, and things that happened to them and stuff like that.
So I mean, I don't want this to sound like. Do you ever think that I'll word it like, I'm a believer that we go through things for a reason. Like even the most heinous, messed up things, there's always some type of purpose behind it.
I agree.
And like, I had a very rough childhood, in and out of the system, things of that nature. And I believe that that's kind of what gave me the opportunity to be who I am today.
Yeah.
Do you think that, as messed up as the stuff that you went through was, that it was purposeful, like it made you who you are today, into this artist, into this this writer, and into this very creative spirit?
Absolutely, because I'm now able to share my story with other people, and other people find my stories helpful and inspirational, and to me that makes it all worthwhile. I wish I could have had a childhood that wasn't built on so much trauma, but you can't go back, and the best way to get over the past is to face it head on, and to just acknowledge that, yes, I went through this, it was horrible, but damn it, I'm still standing. You know, so that's why I write.
That adversity builds character.
It does.
And it shows you that you can take on and do so much more in this world because you've already been through, I mean, hell per se.
Yeah. We're all a lot stronger than we give ourselves credit for. We all have strength within us.
Yeah, and sometimes it helps to look back at a lot of the stuff you've already been able to overcome and be like, hey, like I'm still standing, I'm still doing this shit, and I'm not gonna let anything stop me.
That's right. That's exactly right.
I know to some degree that sounds like, I don't know, like me personally, as much as I don't like some of the stuff I did and things I went through, I wouldn't change it. Like
right.
I'm in a way, I'm thankful for it because it did build my character. It built me who I am today.
There you go.
I don't know. I guess I don't know if that's something you can relate to or something like.
Absolutely, it is. I mean, you can't pull out the Jenga peg, otherwise the whole structure is going to follow. It's going to fall. You know, you can't. We can't. Everything that I went through, it made me stronger, and it's I'm proud of the person I am today, and I haven't always said that, but I am proud to be who I am today.
That's awesome.
It took me a long time to get there to be able to say that, but I can say that now.
Yeah, I feel like some people, they let their past or their experiences shape them, and it's like, oh, I've been through this, so you know I can't do this or I can't do that,
right.
And I feel like that's not the best way to go about it.
The future is uncarved. You can make your future whatever you want to.
Yeah,
I really do believe that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, life is crazy. You got your ups, you got your downs. It's amazing, and it's also can be heinous at the same time.
Yeah.
And I believe it's kind of like really what we make out of it.
That is absolutely.
When did you realize you really had an knack for writing? Like that this was something that you were like passionate about, something that you knew you had like a real talent in?
Third grade.
Third grade?
Yeah, third grade. I was learning about how to write a paragraph in third grade. And I remember the moment when I wrote my first paragraph, something clicked. And I just realized, I'm like, wait a minute. I just wrote my first paragraph. My teacher likes it. And I liked what I did. I'll write another paragraph. And then another paragraph. And I started writing stories when I was in grade school.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Were you always good with like the like English subject and like grammar and like that?
Actually, not really. I mean, my writing is kind of a English teacher's nightmare because I don't use proper sentence structure. I'll start sentences with but and stuff you're not supposed to do in writing, but I do it because that's just my writing style.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm a stickler for spelling, but grammar and punctuation and stuff like that. No, I'm going to need to hire a professional editor to actually put that stuff in for my third book because I suck at it. So
me too.
You can be a good writer. You can be a good writer, but still suck at English. So
that makes sense. Yeah, that was always not my strong suit.
Not mine either. I mean, I got pretty good grades in it, but yeah, it's still I still struggle with that shit.
I think it's the most complex language when it comes to the punctuation. And
oh my God!
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
Some of the stuff doesn't even really make sense, or like it might supposed to be this way, but when you say it out loud, it doesn't come off.
That's exactly right.
And it's like, why is it supposed to be this way?
That's exactly right. Yes.
I don't know. Were you ever like a big reader as well?
Yeah, totally. When I was a kid, I used to read a lot of like stuff like the Hardy Boys and the books of Beverly Cleary, C.S. Lewis, stuff like that. As a teenager, I gravitated towards books by J.D. Salinger, Hubert Selby Jr., Stephen King, of course, stuff like that. But I'm still a huge reader. Some of my favorite writers are like Joan Didion. I love her a lot. Hubert Selby Jr. I think I mentioned him already. I like Joe Hill, Stephen King's son. He's a really good horror writer.
I did not know.
Yeah.
He had a kid.
Yeah,
he's
got a couple of them. His son Joe Hill is a brilliant horror writer.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, I love books. That's why I work at Barnes & Noble part-time. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good place to be, especially if you're a big reader. Too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was never really into like the fiction stuff. Like I was more into like the self-help. Like right now I'm reading the Laws of Success by Napoleon Hill.
Yeah, a wonderful book. I Think and Grow Rich was a life changer for me.
You've read that one too?
Yes.
Have you read the Laws of Success as well? Or?
Have not, no. But I love Napoleon Hill. So
very inspiring, very smart man.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot of he took that book after 20 years of trying to make it and was bringing it to like the top universities all over the world. Mm-hmm. And some of the professors there said they would have thrown away their whole degree, all their schooling, just to be able to learn the lessons that are taught in the Laws of Success.
Yep.
And I believe some of that, some of the Think and Grow Rich is actually like in there as well, but like in a longer form context.
Right.
I actually just picked that one up. I haven't got the chance to read it yet, but it was at Target and I was doing like some of my pranking stuff and I saw it on the thing.
Oh, cool.
I'm like, I've heard so much about this book. Like, I might as well just get it. Like, I keep seeing wonderful. It. Like, gotta grab it.
Fantastic.
So you said did you also did some like freelance journalism or journalism as well?
I got my start in journalism back in high school. I was on my high school newspaper, and when I was living in Longview, Washington, my hometown newspaper, the Daily News, had a section written by and for teenagers. It's called Up Next, and you auditioned to be on this team board, and I became a teen reporter when I was 16, and so I'm getting professional bylines in a major newspaper at 16 years old. That was huge for me. So I did that for a couple of years. And then I was able to parlay that into being the town film critic for a couple of years. Huh. That was cool. That was back when film critics made a difference. And so I did that in the 90s. And then I went to Wayne State University and studied journalism, got my degree in it. And then I worked for the Toledo City paper for 4.5 years as editor. That was great. And then I freelanced for a bunch of different magazines over the years. I've written for Vice, Spin, Paste, Metro Times up in Detroit, Real Detroit, Ditch Magazine. I wrote for them for a while. Just a bunch of really cool magazines and stuff. And then I spent 3 years working at the Blade newspaper in Toledo.
Okay.
So,
what were like your articles mainly about? Like, was it a specific subject? Entertainment.
Not just entertainment, but that's what I specialized in.
Okay.
That's what I was best at.
So, like, movies, music, like artists of that degree.
Yeah.
Or would it also be like kind of like sports entertainment as well?
I never did sports. I suck at sports.
Yeah.
And I'm not sports inclined. So, but yeah, I wrote about music, books, film. I right now I do food writing.
Okay.
So it's I write hard news. I've done it all.
Have you ever thought about like getting your own like news channel per se, like using YouTube as doing something like
that's an avenue I haven't explored yet. I might.
Like I feel like it would. I mean, you could still write. Like there's like texting or like posts that they allow on YouTube as well. But I feel like you could do that and then like using YouTube as like your own platform to talk about the stuff you want to talk about when it comes to like the news, reporting on stuff that that really speaks to you and being able to kind of like pick and choose what you do as well. I mean, I guess that's what you do as a freelancer too, but you can literally have your own channel like with its own like title and not title, name, like its own like news, like a whole news station, but like on YouTube. I don't know. I just think that'd be very interesting.
It would be.
Because I feel like
something I'll look into.
A lot of the news nowadays is very. I really don't pay attention to it. It's very negative for the most part.
Oh yes. Like. Oh yes.
But yeah, is there anything? What is like the craziest thing that's ever happened to you?
Craziest thing that's ever happened to me. Oh man, I don't know. I guess it's probably the most depressing thing that ever happened to me. I track my birth mother now, and she after 40 odd years of looking for her, and she tells me, I don't want anything to do with you. Click, hangs up the phone. So I went out that day and I got the stupidest tattoo I could think of. Green jelly. I'm like, I want the stupidest band in the world, and I want it on my body right now. That's what I did. So it's yeah, I mean,
that's a band?
Yeah, that's a band. They had a big hit in the 90s with the song Three Little Pigs.
Huh. I'm gonna have to listen to that when we're done.
Three Little Pigs, Green Jelly. Yes. We'll like it.
What's it about?
It's a heavy metal version of the Three Little Pigs fairy tale. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. But I wanted I want a tattoo that would make me laugh every time I looked at it, and it does. But I got that same day that my mom told me to fuck off. So,
damn.
Trying to make lemonade out of lemons. You know what I'm saying? So,
something that speaks to you that makes you laugh.
Absolutely.
I like that.
All right. Let's wrap up soon.
All right. Well, one more question, I guess.
All right.
I mean, I was looking at some of the other tattoos that you have as well.
Oh yeah.
You want to spread light on any of those?
Sure. I'll give you the tattoo tour. This one here is Mick Jagger from the cover of Some Girls. I've got David Bowie lyrics on this arm.
I was reading that.
Yeah. I got a David Bowie tattoo right here. I've got the Great Malenko right there. I got the Great Malenko tattoo for free, and it shows at the very first gathering of the Juggalos back in '99. And this is a Leonard Cohen logo. Versace, this is from the movie Showgirls. Nick Cave, I got that one for free, but that one turned out pretty well. This is one from The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, one of my favorite movies. I got Black Flag. I got the Rolling Stones. I got a Frank Zappa tattoo that says "Oh Punky." And then I got Prince. So, yep. And
I like some of that.
Yeah, and then I got some on my chest and my hip. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So, I guess the last thing I want to ask is, if you could give somebody one piece of advice for life, only one thing.
Okay.
What would that be? What do you think is the most important?
Learn how to like yourself. That's key. Learn how to like yourself. Learn how to be your own person, and don't rely on others for validation. Be proud of who you are.
I like that.
I think that's really important because it took me a long time to get there, it took me a long time to get there. But I'm there now, and I feel better than I have my entire life.
Love the life that you're living.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
and if you don't love it, change it.
I like that.
Change it. Just that simple.
Well, I just want to thank you again for sitting down with me and
hey, thank you, Rob,
having a conversation about you and your life. And I don't know, it was very interesting to learn a little bit more about you as well. And
well, thanks, man.
I hope other people can be inspired by your story as well. And
I hope so too.
If you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and that bell to be notified every single time I go live. And then also be sure to go to Amazon and check out Jason Weber's book, Weber with 2 B's, the Purple Banana. It's a memoir. It's a memoir about his life,
yep.
And I think you guys should really check it out. I'm about to check it out myself, so highly recommend it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Thank you again.
Thank you.
It was nice talking with you.
Pleasure's all mine, Rob. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
I'll see you guys. Hit the like, subscribe.
That was fun, man. That was fun. All right, I'm gonna go and pay this, and then I gotta go. Oh, here's your mic.